If I had to really sit down and choose one internal enemy that is the top enemies of all enemies that live inside of me, it would honestly be fear. And I think a lot of us might agree with this because I feel like fear stops a lot of us from achieving, from doing, from being, from fully elaborating and experiencing life. I feel like fear is a reason why we don't live in the version of realities that we're meant to be living in. Fear stops a lot of us from just being authentic. It stops us from wanting to achieve our goals. When I tell you that's some type of enemy, oh yeah, that's a top-notch enemy that allows you to not really be fully living in your true self. That's one kind of a enemy. It's so sad because I feel like a lot of us haven't reached our fullest potential because we're allowing fear to stop us. We're allowing fear to not allow us to accomplish our dreams because we're afraid of what may or may not happen. I can speak specifically for myself. You know how long it took me to take the courage within myself to sit here, speak in front of a video, and be confident enough to be able to live amongst the fear and be able to do it, to be able to talk to you guys, to be able to get the message out that was living deep inside of me, to be able to spread the words of my own Ashe, to be able to spread my own creativity to the world. It takes courage. It takes releasing fear to be able to exist sometimes in peace. So when I say fear is one of those enemies, is one of those spirits that lives inside of you that you have to learn how to control. And I know sometimes when it comes to healing, it's like it makes it the average person or the average, social media makes it seem like fear or any other kind of emotion or whatever is something that you just have to fully release, fully have to get rid of. But the thing is, these spirits, these emotions, these energy and motion are going to exist within us regardless. They're going to be experienced within us because that's what we came on this human experience to do, is to live and to experience emotions, right? So it's a matter of being able to live and exist within the emotions, within the fear, and not let it impact you in a negative light, because sometimes fear is positive. I don't believe in good and bad because there are polarities in the world, right? There are opposites of each other. So I don't believe fear is inherently bad, right? If you're trying to get out of a bad experience, or you're running away from something that may be very dangerous to you, maybe you need that fear to kick your body into overdrive, into that fight or flight. But hey, you don't need that fight or flight, that fear, when you're trying to accomplish your goals. You don't need it to be there when it's time for you to show up for yourself. You don't need that fear there. And I think learning how to differentiate between when that fear can be utilized in a positive way and when that fear is being used in a negative way in our lives, and how is it hindering us instead of helping us. I feel like you've been waiting a little while to do something that you said you were going to do, and this video has found you at the right time. And if this video really has found you, then I think it's really time for you to look inside and start asking yourself some questions about why is it that it is so hard for you to be able to go after the things that you dream and desire. Because let me tell you one thing, that this is the perfect time right now. Do you understand that we're in the age of Aquarius? We are in the age of where Neptune is in Aries, which means that we're in the age of action, action, action. Before, we're in a very Piscean energy, and I don't know if many of you are into astrology. I don't usually talk about that, but it's very significant because the sign of Aries is fire, it's go, it's flame, it's ignite, and Pisces was more watery, dreamy, ethereal kind of vibe. And since we're in the sign of Aries now, when it comes to Neptune for the next 170 some years, right? You have to be able to put the plan in action now. So you can't let fear not allow you to take the steps that you need to take. I feel like so many we hold ourselves back and we like to say we can be our own worst enemy, but I really think it's the spirits, the emotions that exist within us that can be our own worst enemy, because you have to know how to also differentiate between, is this really me? Is this my soul? Or is it the spirits, the elements that exist within me that I haven't learned how to control? Because it's completely different. Just like if you have anger existing within you, it's a spirit and you just haven't learned how to manage that spirit. But I really didn't want to make this message too long today. I already posted a video this week, but it was on my heart to really, really dive deep into this fear thing, because I just feel like it comes up with so many people. I feel like fear is really something that hinders so many of us, and it's so unfortunate because a lot of us stifle our own growth by being afraid of what's coming next. Humans have this fear of the unknown, but the unknown is actually really beautiful, because not knowing what's next, meaning there's anything possible, meaning there's all these possibilities of what could come next. There is no certainty in anything in life. Any reason you may feel that you have some kind of sense of control, just know that you don't. You do, but you don't. You can control some of the things that go on within you elementally. Learn how to control those elements to reflect it outward. But at the end of the day, sometimes we really don't know the end result and how we're gonna accomplish the thing that we're manifesting, or that we're cultivating within our own lives. It may not go down the same path that we're envisioning in our own creative power of our internal selves, right? So really start going inward and asking yourself, why am I afraid? Where's this fear coming from? Why do I have these limited beliefs and doubts? And what would happen if I just did this thing that I'm afraid of? What would happen? One of my favorite quotes is, sometimes on the other side of fear is your greatest destiny, is your greatest experience in life. And you will never know until you try. You will never know until you do it, you know? Um, I say jump right in. This is your sign to jump right in, to just do it. Really, to just do it. This is your sign. This is your sign to just do it, okay? Just do it, and just know that fear is going to be there, but it's about living with the fear and understanding how to control that element that lives inside of you, because it's not going to go away. Elements don't go away. Just like energy is never destroyed. It's never created, it's never destroyed, it's always there, and there's always a potential for it to be tapped back in. That's why sometimes when we think we've healed from something, right, it's just an element, right, that gets popped back up into our experience. But that's life. We learn how to move and flow through the emotions. We learn how to move and flow through them, but we aren't afraid of them. We aren't fearful of fear. So I hope this provides some sense of clarity, some sense of a sign for you to let you know it's time to really, really, really dive deep into why you hinder yourself so much, why you stifle yourself so much, and really maybe ponder upon why you're afraid of these things that you're afraid of. What is it that you worry about that may happen that is causing you to be fearful? What is it? Ask yourself that. That's very important. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. This is Baba Ja, and just so you know, I have pre-ordered my book on pre-order. Link is down in the description for more topics like this. It's basically the introduction book. It's my first book ever. So click the pre-order book link down below. It'll be available actually on my birthday on May 14th. But when you click the pre-order, you'll get the first dibs to it, and it'll be right in your book selection. It's only an ebook, so It'll be a hardcover paperback very soon. But I'll see you guys next time, and let that fear flow.